What's up, guys? Travis from Tackle Bros. This week on the drop, we have a bunch of new stuff from Dual Realis. We have some restocks and new colors from Raid. And then with Megabass, we have 10 new exclusive Vision 110 Junior +1 colors coming out. How's it going, guys? Travis from Tackle Bros here, at Tackle Prez on Instagram. My boy Ashy's with me. You can check out his tag down here. And then follow us on our regular Instagram at PTBO Pro Tackle, which will be changing soon over to the Tackle Bros. We're almost fully acclimated. Thank you guys for accepting the name change. We're really excited about it. So something unique, something more special than what we had before. If this is your first time watching these videos, every single Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, me and Ashton hang out. You guys hang out with us. We talk about some new tackles, some new colors, maybe new techniques, and we just kind of see where it goes. We try to keep them, under 20 minutes. Last week was a little long. This one's going to be right in that sweet spot. So without further ado, let's start out with one of my favorite brands, Dual Realis. So this week from Dual Realis, we have a bunch of new, let's see this guy here. I'm going to start with, this one's a fun one. This is going to be a bunch of new colors in the Spin Bait 80 from Dual Realis, and we're going to start right here with Trout ND. Okay, so if you're not familiar with spy baits, it's basically, this is part of the iMotion technology. So basically, it's just a little shad style bait. It has two props, one on the front, one on the back. And basically this just comes through the water. It has a nice little wobble to it as it goes, and it doesn't really do a whole lot. It has insane drawing power. It is one of my favorite techniques. It's one of the most popular techniques, especially up here in the north. Yeah, we crush them on these things. So I'm actually really excited specifically about two of these colors. So I will run through them. I believe there's 6 or 7. So we're gonna start right here with ND Trout. This is a really dope one. So the ND series is basically a computer painted version of how they do things. So if you guys have seen our video, we went to the Dual Realis factory in Japan, and most of their baits, I would say 90% of them, are all hand painted by these amazing craftsmen who have been painting these little tiny lures for a very long time. They get them very, very close to what the last one looked like. So they're all very uniform. They all look the same. With these ones, they actually put it into a big printer. They lay them on the side. The printer comes in. It prints the image onto it digitally, and that's how they're able to get these incredibly lifelike images on them. So this is a really dope one. So that's going to be ND Trout. We will also have Ghost Chartreuse. So this is a really cool chartreuse clear belly, but the amazing thing about it is it's all matte. So if you guys hang out at the shop in any capacity, we are huge fans of anything matte. So that's going to be Ghost Chartreuse. Another sick matte color. This is going to be a super transparent clear one. This is going to be Morning Mist. So just a matte transparent profile. You don't get to see that a lot. It has a little hit of what I would call silver on the back. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there you go with that. G.A. Oikawa. I literally don't know how this one has not been in I feel like this was already available. When they showed me this, I was like, that's already a thing, but this is Neo Pearl. So this is, I guess, a very popular one for crankbaits, because I feel like this color has been available in the Dual lineup forever, but not available in the Spin Bait 80 apparently. Neo Pearl, just a nice, bone colored, it's not really bone, it's more of like a snow white color, I would say. Okay, so this is one I'm actually really excited about. So my favorite color probably in the entire lineup, and I think a couple of these are gonna make it into my top 3, is Gold Perch. So that's just a nice, really natural matte perch. It's a very solid body, so not a lot of light can transmit through it, but now we see the addition of Ghost Golden Perch. So this is probably going to end up being the #1 seller. Up here anyways, there's a ton of perch, especially if you're on Lake Simcoe or something like that. This one's going to be a huge player, so Ghost Golden Perch. It's going to be great in that clear water. And then, last but not least, this is probably the sickest color I've ever seen them come out with. And I don't know, again, why it hasn't been available. I feel like I've seen this color before. This is going to be Ghost Wagasagi. So they have Ghost Shad, which has been very popular, but this Ghost Wagasagi is like a nice, brown back, with a pink side and then into a very, very slight chartreuse belly. It's also transparent. If you're in any clear water at all, this is definitely gonna be a player. So yeah, those are all new from Dual Realis Japan. Check them out. Again, spy baiting is an amazing technique. We're gonna do a full breakdown video, rods, reels, line, all the spy bait knowledge you can possibly handle into one video coming up probably next week. Also, we're gonna start uploading videos on Monday and Thursday for right now, and then hopefully additionally have a third day. So Thursdays, they're gonna be reserved for this, and then Monday we'll do something, a little bit more fun. Maybe we'll go out fishing, talk about some new products, new techniques, stuff like that. So definitely stay tuned for those videos. And definitely check out the new spy baits from Dual Realis. Not new colors. Okay, so next up from Dual Realis, we have a bunch of new colors in our most popular Ned rig bait. I know, not so exciting Ned rigging, but if you take fishing seriously in any form, I'm sure you've thrown a Ned rig, and you'll want to listen because this is probably the best one. So this is going to be the Dual Realis Wriggle ND Slim in the 3-inch. So for Ned rigging, a lot of guys like the elastomer material. It's going to help your bait stand up. This is an Elastec material or elastomer material, so very, very stretchy, bounces right back. It already comes in a bunch of amazing colors. We actually have a shop color. I'm gonna grab that really quick. This is my favorite Ned rig bait if I have to have one. I know Ned rigging is not very exciting. It's just a little stick bait on a jig head, but it is a very effective bait. And I thought originally when they came out with these, I wasn't really blown away. It just looks like another TRD. This has a really unique action when you lift it off the ground. So because of this tail, this is our shop color, by the way. We've had this for a little bit. We didn't really announce it or anything like that, but if you've come in, I've probably showed it to you because this is my favorite color. Again, purple, gold, green pumpkin. We call this Gobi, so if you're looking at it online, our shop color is gonna be Gobi. We'll probably likely stock this when it runs out, but I think we're getting a lowish. Lowish, there you go. It's getting to be that time. I think we got them in the winter, but so basically a Ned rig. You're gonna rig this up onto a little jig. It's gonna be a Ned head, something flat bottom, nice hook, and it's gonna go down. It's gonna sit there like this. The unique thing about this one is as you're reeling this in, it actually has a nice wobble action which still imitates a fish swimming after you lift it off the ground. When this is on the bottom, it's gonna look like a fish, foraging, eating little things. And then as it comes up, it still continues to look fishy with this wobble tail. So I'm gonna get Ashton to put a thing over because me just wobbling in the air does nothing. So these are available in a bunch of really cool colors. Let's run through them. Check out our shop color. We've had this for some time. Again, it's kind of been like a little secret. We've caught a shit ton of fish on this thing. So this is gonna be, our shop color is Gobi. Again, it's been available for a while. Check it out. And then we are going to have Light Pro Blue. That was the one that I was holding up the whole time. This is probably my favorite one from the rest of these. We are going to have Passion Fruit. Gonna have Green Pumpkin Chartreuse. This is a unique one. So there's that side, and then just that green pumpkin back. We're gonna have UV Green Perch. If the perch are this color, they're sick. We're gonna have UV Brown Perch. So this is probably a little bit closer. Then we're gonna have Segoro Katakuchi. So this is just like a nice, smoke into like a light smoke belly, I would say. So these are all available. Like I said, if you take fishing seriously in any form, you've probably Ned rigged. You probably should Ned rig. If you haven't, it just is one of those things that the fish always seem to eat when they're not eating much else. This is, in my opinion, for me, for all the guys here, this is our favorite one. I generally have one tied on just because sometimes, like I said, that's the only thing they'll eat. They get real pressured, so definitely check this one out. Wriggle ND Slim in the 3-inch from Dual Realis. Okay, so I'm just gonna drop this one right here in the middle. So if you've paid attention, you're gonna find something pretty cool. We have a very, very small restock on the Dual Realis BR heads. So I'm gonna have the 12 gram, the 9 gram, the 5 gram, and the 3 gram. So no 7 gram, but these are available for 4 seconds from Dual Realis. If you don't know about these, there's a million videos. This is basically the #1 head for doing that mid-strolling style of twitching. You can basically make this thing walk back and forth if you use the BR plastics as well. There's some other plastics that work, but that's obviously the one that was made for it. If you rig it the right way, as you're working your rod, you can kind of keep this thing bouncing in the same spot. Super effective for forward-facing sonar. So these are available for, like I said, for a couple seconds. Today's a fun one for me because I like all these products a lot. So, and I've had a ton of time using them. Next up is the Jerkbait 85 from Duo Realis. So this is just a nice little downsized jerkbait. It's about 3 1/3 inches, 1/4 ounce in weight. So a nice light guy. I generally throw this on spinning tackle. It's normally when I need to get a lot of erratic action. I know if you throw a, like a Vision 110, it definitely darts a lot, but it's like a slower working bait for me anyways. This one, I'm working pretty erratically. It creates a lot of flash, it displaces a lot of water. It has really good drawing power for me. So I also really like the hooks on these. I don't know if I actually can get in there enough, but if you look at the hooks, they almost have like this little, they're nano coated #1, which is always a positive, but they have this nice little out hook on them, which is unique to Duo. So these are Duo proprietary hooks, and it's one of the only brands that if I break a hook, I go right back to the Duo hook. So I stock a bunch of them in my boat. I have amazing hookup ratio, and that's across the line. So if you do break a Duo hook for whatever reason, we sell the hooks, we sell the trebles. They're amazing. The hookup ratio, they're super sticky, and I think that out bend, it just helps them stay stuck a little bit. I don't really understand the whole science behind it, but they're amazing hooks. It's an amazing bait. So it's gonna have 2 ball bearings in it, so it's not silent. It's gonna make a little bit of noise when it's coming through. The castability is pretty good. I would say it's not the furthest, it's not the shallowest. So it has pretty good castability, and it does run true to depth. So if you're fishing it on 8-pound fluorocarbon, you're going to be able to get it down to 6 foot, no problem. 10-pound, again, 4 to 6 depending on what you're doing. So let's go through the colors really quick. This one is going to be Ivory Pearl RT, so that's obviously for the red tail. That's a super sick one. So this is going to be Neo Pearl. So that's that one that I just said I've seen in a million different baits. Obviously, it's not in as many as I thought because 2 new color additions and 2 new baits. Next, we're going to have White Bait. So just a super cool transparent sides, and then you have that little black hit on the head, completely white back with a white belly, a little orange hit on the chin there. So Ghost Minnow, again, staple in the Duo Realis line, and they actually do an amazing Ghost Minnow. So surprised that wasn't in there. Then we're gonna have the super popular in other baits, Ivory Halo. So this just has like an abalone foil on the side. It's going to create a lot of flash. It's going to have a lot of drawing power. Super sick one, Ivory Halo. And then going back to that ND that I was talking about in the spy baits, they've come out with an ND perch. So just a really lifelike looking perch. Amazing color. This is that digitally printed perch color, and that is available in the Jerkbait 85. So these are all suspending baits as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. So 1/4 ounce, 85 mil suspending, super sick jerkbait. If you're just looking to throw something different, everyone throws 110s. You're never not gonna not have one, but this is one if you're just downsizing and you wanna still have like a big draw. I love throwing this one. So Jerkbait 85 Duo Realis. Okay, next up with Duo, we're gonna look at the Rosante 77 suspending, so SP. So this is just going to be a really dope, downsized, shallow running, 3/8 ounce little jerkbait. The thing that I really like about this guy, it has a mag-locked weight transfer system. So you can get that down there, and then, can you see that? Yeah, we got it. This was a good one to pick because you can actually see it. So it's got that magnet down there in the back. You tip it up, magnet's in. This thing's gonna cast a mile. It imitates fleeing fish, as a jerkbait should. This one imitates them really well. It has this really wide body, and it's small, compact, erratic jerking actions, and it's just an amazing shallow water jerkbait and amazing in wind. So that weight transfer system is gonna help you cast a mile, and 3/8 ounce for a little 77 size jerkbait, which is just a little over 3 inches. It's gonna be amazing. This is not a new bait from Duo Realis. This is just new in the shop. I thought I'd point it out. I'm especially looking forward to throwing this for trout, which is coming up here shortly. So a bunch of great trout colors, Yamame colors. I'll run through them really quickly. This is gonna be, the first one here that I showed you is gonna be Rainbow Mirage. So this is gonna be Yamame Red Belly. Super sick one. Again, ND Trout. Looks super, super sick in this. Perch ND, again, looks crazy good in these computer painted ones. Gold Yamame, super sick one. Can kind of double as like a Kinkuro. Black back, gold side, orange belly, pretty standard. The Neo Pearl, seems like it's being added to every lineup as it should be. And last but not least, Wakasaki. So just a nice, loud drawing, high flash, super sick, natural looking color. Okay, so lastly from Duo is going to be their spin hook. So this is going to be Duo Realis's underspin. Maybe not something you would think that Duo Realis would have, but they actually make a pretty cool one. So they have the hook size and the weight size stamped on the side of the little weight there. It's going to be a weedless underspin, which is great. They work great with spark shads. They work great with Hazardong shads. That's typically what I use these for, is the Hazardong shads. They also work great with the K-Tech stuff. So the major benefit of these ones is, number one, decoy hook, amazing hooks. Number two, the size range. So they're available from under a gram, so 0.9 grams, all the way up to a 5 gram, and from a number 2 hook all the way up to a 3/0 hook. So you can really dial these ones in, and they're just amazing. They come 3 to a pack, I believe. 3 to a pack, so check these out from Duo Realis. All right, switching things over, let's talk about Raid Japan. We're gonna see 3 new colors in the Raid Level Crank Ping. So this is just a really cool 1/8 ounce, small BFS style crankbait. It's gonna be shallow running. We got 3 new colors in it. Let's run through them really quick. First one is going to be Oripan. So it's gonna be like a greenish back into a kind of gold side, red belly. This is gonna be a cool one. We're gonna have Shiritama. So just like a nice, see-through white color, super sick one. And finally, Honey Trap. So just a matte pink. 3 super cool new colors in the Raid Pink. Okay, so finally from Raid, we see a huge restock and 2 new colors in the Raid Max Blade, in the Power, and in the Speed. So these are just really dope bladed jigs, super, super popular. The Speed in particular is one of my favorites. So this is the Speed. This is gonna be in the 11 gram. So the Speed is available in 8, 11, and 14 grams. So basically quarter, 3/8 and half. The reason why I like this guy a lot, so it has a smaller blade. Let's see if I can get this in the shot for you. Yeah, so it just has a little bit of a smaller blade compared to other blade jigs. So it's gonna help it be a little bit more tight, a little bit more finessey. It still has great hunting action, but the big thing with the Speed is that as you burn it, it doesn't porpoise out of the water. So I like to burn my bladed jigs sometimes, and I was always having problems with it popping up out of the water. I would tune it, I tried a ton of different trailers. This guy, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's in the head design or the extension on the actual blade itself, this thing stays down in the water column. I can burn it almost as fast as I want to, which is really unique to see in a bladed jig. They make a ton of dope colors. Black, so the Shikoku is my personal favorite. I love black jigs. They work literally everywhere. So definitely check these out. The white is also amazing too. So this is the white. I like it because it is a gold blade. Something a little bit different. To go along with the amazing hook, they have these really cool weed guards. So it's just one of the brush style weed guards. I don't know if you can see it there, yeah. So it's just a brush style weed guard. It helps keep kind of the junky crap off of the blade. I tend to fish these in pretty thick stuff. Like I'll throw these right into the toolies, the pencil reeds, all that type of stuff. I'll throw it right into the grass, right along the edge. So generally on the way back in, I always pick something up. I'm constantly picking it off. This is gonna help you just kind of not eliminate it, but it'll alleviate it a little bit. So another really cool feature about these ones is that weed guard. In the Max Speed, we're gonna see the restock, and in the Max Power, it's gonna be a restock in 2 new colors. So the first color is going to be Lemon Power. So it's just going to be a nice, matte chartreuse. And then it's going to be the bait. So it's just going to be a really nice bait fish color, a little bit of gold in there, super sick one. So the Max Blade is only available in a 3/8 and a half. This is going to be more of your traditional, workhorse, do everything type of bladed jig. Has an amazing hook in it, amazing hunting action, and those amazing colors that I was talking to you guys about. So definitely check these ones out. Okay, so finally moving over to Megabass, we see a limited drop in the Vision 110 Junior +1. So these are gonna be available in 10 different colors. These are gonna be a one-time drop as far as I know. I don't anticipate seeing them again. A bunch of really dope colors. I'll run through them really quick with you. If you're not familiar with the 110 Junior Plus One, it is a 98 millimeter, 3/8 ounce deep diving jerk bait. If you're familiar with the Vision 110, this one has a little bit of a different action. Definite fish catcher, and we're gonna see it in a bunch of amazing colors. So I'm gonna run through them really quickly. I guess we'll start with the one I have in my hand. It's gonna be Baby Gill. So this is just a really dope one. Gill pattern on the back. It has this nice sort of metallic belly on it, and then a clear tail. So that's a cool one. Kiyu. So just a really dope clear color with a little bit of blue on the side. GP Tequila Shad. We're gonna see GLX Bolt. So that's a really cool one. Okay, so next up, Chartreuse Shad. It's a really cool shad imitator, black back, yellow stripe. The next up is gonna be Medica. So this is just a really cool, transparent gold color. This one's always very collectible. I believe I have this in a 110 actually. So Medica. Then we're gonna have GLX Tonekin. So it'll be this guy here. It's a really cool one. We get this one in the Junior periodically, but it's nice to see it in a Junior Plus One. Next up is gonna be Hatsuki Wakasaki. So this is a really cool one. It comes across like it's going to be a solid color, but the second you get it in the light, it actually has a little bit of transparency. So this is a dope one to check out. HM Amago. This is gonna be a solid metallic Amago color, so it's actually really, really dope. Okay, so that is all for this week on the drop. Thank you guys for hanging out. We got some really cool stuff coming up. Also, next week we're gonna start dropping our second video a week. So we're gonna start dropping videos on Mondays. These are gonna continue on Thursdays, and then hopefully we're gonna scale up to doing 3 videos a week. So definitely check out the channel next Monday. The video will be up probably around the same time as this one, probably around 6 or 7 o'clock at night. And then the drop's still gonna happen every Thursday. So thanks for hanging out with us. I'll talk to you guys later.